everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy. I hope you're having a good morning. I have a little journal flip through today for you of a traveler's notebook that I just completed. The cover is made from a masterboard that I collaged, and it's been fully sealed and stitched around. And I've added some eco-printed fabric to the spine to just strengthen it extra. Some of the highlights of the cover of this are this only a short time, once upon a time, some vintage stamps and some botanicals. On back we have this beautiful butterfly, lots of layering to this cover, and this is an ephemera stuffed chunky journal. It's the typical 8 1/4 by 4 3/8 ish size of a traveler's notebook. It has a cotton blue fabric tie that closes the journal. It's stitched into the cover. So I will just open it up and show it to you. So when you open it up, you'll see in the back we have this fun eco-printed plaid fabric. That's what backs the journal, and you'll see a patchwork pocket that I made. This is all fabrics that have been patchwork quilted on a paper backing. It's a nice firm steady pocket. It's fabric on both sides. Then inside there is this large journal card. It says, "With pollen for powder, the wind for a comb, the dew for a mirror, the world for a home." And it has this lovely little queen bee looking into a leaf mirror and some florals. And this is some cabbage dyed paper, or not cabbage, I'm sorry, black walnut dyed paper. So then on the first page, I'm just kind of get centered again here, we have this sweet vintage photo pocket of these two little kids that just look so sweet and mischievous. I love them. This is a 1956 photo that I got at an estate auction, and there's this beautiful botanical paper in back. And inside is this fun pocket. It's a multi-piece of ephemera. So on back is avocado dyed paper for journaling. And then there's a nice collage here. So this is like a multi-pocket. So in this first pocket flap, we have a botanical sample tag. And behind it in the second pocket, we have this little journal card that says "Simplicity of Country Life." And it has this little girl kind of tugging the tail of the cow while her dad is milking it. And then there's a little pansy back here and some Art Nouveau paper. And then in the back pocket, we have this vintage 1940s book page of this bunny running away, and it's a journal card. And so that just all tucks on in here in these 3 pockets, and then tucks right in here. And then this is just some coffee dyed paper with a little bee stamp. And this is a really beautiful piece of art, all in mostly blue, and it's a pocket on some nice paper. And this is a collage tag that's inside. And then some more dyed paper. This is actually a beautiful page from one of Release the Crafton's winter kits. I love these images of the hands and the moths and this thread running around the fingers. It's just a beautiful, beautiful paper. And on this side, this is a snippet roll belly band with a crochet doily, some sequins, and some little daisies and lace and fabric. And it's all on a vintage cross-stitch fabric. And then in the belly band, we have this. This is a journal card that has some acetate over it. Hopefully you can see on film or on the video. So this is some eco-printed paper. That's what backs it, both sides. And this is acetate that's been stitched down. And inside we have a paper doll from the Itkapilli Imaginarium, and this piece of vintage tea-dyed tatting. And so that all goes in here. And it has a really nice texture. And then this is some nice damask tea-dyed paper with a fabric tab. Some more tea-dyed paper. And on this side, a pocket with these little like different kinds of bees and wasps that are going into a sugar bowl. This is from a vintage 50s book. And in the pocket is a collage tag with this fairy ballerina. And then this is some paper that has, it's like children's nature study poetry for tracing writing, like cursive writing. And on back is this little, this is actually from a vintage book about a tittled-mouse, and it's this little mouse going into his doorway. And inside is this vintage postcard of a really interesting scene of greenery and like a little, it looks like a little restaurant inside all of these plants and palm trees. And it's an actual old postcard to Mr. and Mrs. J. Covey, and it looks like someone they like scratched the name out. My dear Lula and Jack, Monday, furnishing apartment. What a job here in Florida. Nothing is right. With furniture and all. Weather is lovely every day. Building here is in bad shape, but hope by next year it will be fixed up, and so on. It goes on. But yeah, it's a nice 1971 postcard. And then this is from a book of Canadian flowers, and both sides is this beautiful garden lily, and it has a little writing here, the floral emblem of Quebec. And on the inside, this has been turned up into a double pocket, so it flips out, and there's a tag inside both pockets, and you have some more pretty flowers back here. So this is a jelly print, this bunny on top, and it says peeping through the window. And that journal tag just pops on this side, and then we have this beautiful dragonfly with some nice silk organza, and then that's another journaling tag. It just pops in there. And then some pretty pansies on some tea-dyed paper, and a little fabric and button collage. This is a paper bag with some lace, and inside we have this little journal card of this colorful little classroom with all these little shoes. And that just pops in there. And on this side of the bag we have this little collage, and then this pretty fairy mushroom tea-dyed paper with a fabric collage tab at the top. And on this side, this burst into blossom. This is a vintage like art book image of this beautiful woman, and some yellow daisy vintage lace. This is a Rorschach style painting paper that I did, and this is a little journal card that I did that is these sweet little squirrels that I stitched onto jelly print and backed for journaling. And then just some more, this is alcohol ink blotches, and this is just a beautiful blue image. I believe this is a digital, it's been tea-dyed. It's from a Release the Craft in Winter kit. And then this is some nice lace that's been stitched down the side. It has orange and yellow little daisies. And this is a jelly print original that I did, and on it is this 1970s, 80s CB radio card from this gentleman in Lindsay, Ontario. And he was part of the Fat Albert Club, apparently, so that's kind of a blast from the past, an original piece of ephemera. And this is a really cool image from a vintage garden book, and it's about keeping pigeons and making them these, well, pigeons and other birds, but the pigeon definitely steals the show, and making bird houses for them. And on this side, it's more of that vintage garden book, but there is a double tip out here for extra lined paper writing space. And on this side, it's actually from a baby book, so you could put a couple of pictures here if you wanted to. And it's got this sweet little vintage image. And this is some tea-dyed digital paper with this beautiful bee. And on this side, we have a tip out of this vintage pine cone. It's from a tree field guide. So on the back, you've got some more information about trees. And then a little double pocket in this glistening purple paper here with this beautiful floral. So in the front little tab, we have this cute little journal tag. It says Little Bunnies, and it's from a vintage children's book. And then up here, we have this collage tag, and it's on jelly print, original jelly print. And then on this side, this is actually from, it's paper clipped on with a vintage brass paper clip, and it's a vintage book image, this sweet little rag doll, and it's like a coin envelope made from this textured white paper. And inside we have this tag. This is a botanical watercolor tag on collage with some stitching. And it's got some wool boucle yarn at the top. And that is just on some tea-dyed paper. And we'll just clip that on there as so. And then on the back of this tea-dyed paper is this beautiful bee, and it's in a bunch of fruit here. And this is another of those vintage garden planning pages with a fabric tab. And more of our bird friends here. And then this is tea-dyed jelly print. And then on this side, more tea-dyed paper with this little bit of a coloring book that's been added as a paper tab, and more blue tea-dyed paper, alcohol ink on watercolor paper, and this is like a Rorschach style painting that you saw on the other side. This pocket is made from a 1940s children's book that's called like Come to My Party, and it's really cute family type images. And inside is this botanical collage painted tag. And then some tea-dyed paper, very cute, this little frog balancing these flowers and a butterfly on his nose. And another little vintage ragdoll image on this paper sack. And inside we have an art image backed in this brown paper journaling card. And this little butterfly over here. And this is a quote from Alice in Wonderland. It says, "I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then." And paper clipped on this tea-dyed paper is this vintage original postcard from the Victor Hotel in Miami Beach. And this is to Mrs. Bessie Borse. It's a really cute little postcard from Teresa. I'm trying to look for the date here. 1952. And it has the postmark and the stamp on back. And it's one of those nice kind of plasticky front feeling vintage postcards. I love those. I think they're among my favorite vintage postcards other than the photograph ones. And then this is a tea-dyed pressed floral image. And more of that Canadian flower pages from a really nice book. This is about crocuses, which is the provincial flower of Manitoba. And then on this side is more beautiful floral. And again, it's a double flip out pocket. So I'll just adjust back over here a little bit so you can see. And so on this side, we have this vintage image of a purple loosestrife. And that pops in here. And then this is a collage tag on jelly print with vintage children's book. And it says, "Once Upon a Time." Then we have just a piece of paper with this. This is an embossed floral sticker with peonies and lilacs. And on back, it's more of that children's nature study journaling copy work kind of paper. And then we have a little pocket here on tea-dyed paper. And this is a large journaling tag that's been collaged with this vintage image of a bunny. And then we have a pocket here with this beautiful old art image of this, she's a queen. I can't remember whom she is. It's on tea-dyed paper, and this is the image inside on this tag. And as you can see, there's a swan there, and it says, "Swan, swan over the sea, swim, swan, swan, swim. Swan, swan, back again. Well swum, swan." So a little tongue twister there for you from a children's book. And then paper clipped on this beautiful tea-dyed damask paper, we have this, which is another vintage postcard. It says, "A charming lily pool in the heart of Florida." So it's another Florida, again to Bessie and Mr. Tay Birch. Yeah, anyways, it's from 1957, and it's from Teresa again. She's having a wonderful time. Then this is a packing slip that I got that was just a fun thrift store find. And inside this is a beautiful little journal tag with this lovely bird on her nest. And then this is another tea-dyed digital from Release the Crafton's winter, one of her winter, I believe it's Winter Dreams is the kit. It's a beautiful kit and I love these eyes. And then we have this pocket. It says a few green branches and has these sweet little kids. This is a fabric pocket. And then inside we have this journal tag. It has this fun, this is actually from an Alice in Wonderland book, and it's like a labyrinth of different trees, and then a couple of old movie actors at the bottom. And a little fabric collage here, a stamp of a paper crane. And then on this tea-dyed botanical paper, we have this collage journal card. It says tiny footprints in this magic circle, and it's on jelly print. It has this lovely lady here and this botanical, and it's just blank on back for journaling space, and there's a vintage brass paper clip holding that on. Then here we have another pocket made from fabric patchwork, and inside we have this tab paper that has vintage candy stickers on it, and it's actually from like an old estate auction find, and these were between 45s, like records, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then this is an altered playing card of the Joker, and on back it says, how does your garden grow? So that is the end of this little traveler's notebook. And if you're seeing this video, that means that it has been listed in my Etsy shop. So it will be there. I think that traveler's notebooks are really lovely gift ideas, especially for the holiday season, because it's a nice, like, it's a nice sized kind of gift to give someone, both at price point and like it's a nice little gift to kind of give someone. And you know, it's a nice way to introduce them to journaling if they've never done it before, or even if they have, it's a nice way for them to, I like to take these little books on trips. I used them for the first time this year on my own 2 little vacations that we took, camping and cottaging. And it was so nice to have this kind of a journal every day to just, you know, you take 2 or 3 pages a day if you go on a 1 or 2 week little trip, and you collect little papers from places that you go and add photos afterward. I printed out a bunch of photos that I had taken, and they're really nice little memory books, and they don't take up a whole lot of space. They're not like a big scrapbook. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a really nice day, and we'll talk soon. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find all my social media information down below in the description box. Bye for now.